Hello, welcome to our podcast. My name is Mariam, and today I'm with my two friends, Nejma and Hannah. And today they're going to share us their different stories or their different journeys before they came to UK, and they basically Somalis and Muslims. I'm Somali as well. Can you tell me, Nejma, where do you come from?
Hi, thank you for having me today. Originally I'm Somali, but I was born and raised in Norway and grew up there.
And where have you gone after you left Norway?
Can we please start again?
You forgot me. I'm okay. Hello, welcome to our podcast. My name is Mariam, and today I'm with my two friends, Nejma
Hi.
and Hannah.
Hello.
So we basically they came from they're Somalis and Muslims, but they're born in different countries. And if you don't mind me asking you, Najma, where were you from, or where do you come from before you came to UK?
So Najma, where did you come from before when you were from the UK?
Hi, thank you for having me today. So I'm originally Somali, but I was born and raised in Norway. But after my childhood, I had to leave there for my mom to go to for my
If you don't mind, Hannah can start first.
yeah.
Hannah, can you start? And where were you before you came to UK? Can you please tell us?
Originally, I was born in Ethiopia,
Yeah.
Addis Ababa, and I lived there for about 4 to 5 years before I moved to Holland.
Yeah. And where did you go? Did you straight come to UK, or you have been to other
No,
countries?
I gone to other countries
Uh.
before I came here to UK.
Can you please tell us, if you don't mind, of course, what countries have
So I came from Ethiopia and I lived around. I moved there inside Ethiopia quite a bit, and then I moved to Holland as well, and I moved to different cities inside there as well, and then I came to UK.
Well, have you studied there? Have you gone to school or something like that?
I was too young in Ethiopia to start school.
Um,
I started primary school in Holland.
how old are you when you started? I mean, okay. When did you live there? How old were you when you left there in Ethiopia? Yeah, sure.
5 years old.
5 years old. And then where have you been?
Holland.
Holland for how long?
I lived there about 9 years.
For 9 years. So what language do they speak and what have you learned? Can you please tell us? And have you struggled?
Inside Ethiopia, we spoke Ethiopian and Somali. And then we moved to Holland and I started learning to speak in Dutch.
You speak Dutch, and can you please tell me more about it so we can all hear your story? Like, have you been to school? What have you learned from there? Basically, why did you go there? And did you go for education or religion or what? And who decided that?
It was my parents' decisions to move. I didn't have any choice, honestly, because I was too
Sure,
young for
yeah.
it. And we moved to Holland for education purposes because it was better here in Holland.
Yeah.
And then from Holland, did you move to the UK or did you go to a different country?
No, I came from Holland to the UK.
How was it different how was the UK different to Holland then?
I think the biggest difference is the people around me. Whereas here I have a lot of people like other Somalis and other foreigners. Whereas in Holland I was kind of like the only one. That's how I felt like.
Sure.
So did you say you started school in Holland or did you?
Yeah, I did primary school, secondary school, and then I moved here. I came in year 11.
We're going to move to Nejma. Nejma, are you feeling all right? You feeling comfortable?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay. If you don't mind me asking you again, what were you before you came to UK?
Hi, I'm originally Somali, but I was born and raised in Norway.
Yeah.
I stayed in Norway for like 6 to 7 years, but then we moved to Kenya
Yeah.
due to my grandma being sick and my mum having to take care of her.
Sure. And how long have you been in Kenya?
I stayed in Kenya for like 2 years. Did my I went to school there, and the biggest difference to going to school in Kenya and Norway was like how strict and like education in Kenya and Norway was was very different to me.
So,
Yeah, sure.
so would you say that the different the education, how strictness it was different? And is that the reason why you moved to Kenya because of education?
No, we moved to we moved to Kenya due to my mom taking care of my grandma.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. And you said you left Kenya because of.
We left Kenya to go back home and learn about culture.
Well, I've been to Kenya as well. That's why I feel you the struggle.
How, Mariam? So how you said you've been to Kenya? So how was your time in Kenya?
Well, I would like to share my story as well. First, my name is Mariam, as I told you. I'm born in Belgium. I left Belgium when I was 12 years old, and then I went to Somalia for 3 years because my mom wanted us to go for to learn religion and our own culture. And yeah, we were there in 3 years, and then we moved there to Dubai because it was like the education wasn't enough better. So we moved to Dubai. I was living in Dubai for 5 years, and it was quite good. I loved it to stay there. And basically, everything was changed because when I was in Somalia, I was studying in English, and then moving to Dubai was very hard time. Like I've struggled enough because everything is in Arabic, and my first year was tough, and it was good. I had to catch up, and then yeah, and I was there 5 years. Then I moved to Kenya again. Of course, it's my parents' decision, and then I was there for 2 years as like Najma, and basically Kenya I didn't like it. It was so stressed because the education was hard, really, and yeah. And lastly, I'm in UK now. So I moved there last year, and I did my GCSE, and now I'm doing my A levels, basically sixth form, and yeah.
So how did your life change when you came to the UK?
Basically, the stress is less because last time I came from Kenya, if it was Dubai, then there wouldn't be much different. But comparing to Kenya, I'm the one who decided to come UK because my parents would like they say that they want to move to UK when we start university, but we were in Belgium. We went there for holiday, and then I was like, I'm not gonna go back to Kenya again because I didn't like it. It was so stressed. Then I was like, instead of moving to UK in university like 2 years after, let's move now. And then yeah, that's happened all of a sudden.
So what about you, Najma?
Do you wanna share us?
So how did your life change when you came to the UK?
I stayed in after staying in Kenya for 2 years. I moved to Somalia, and we stayed there for 4 years.
Oh, cool. So you've been to Somalia as well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But due to educational stuff, we had to move to. My parents gave us a choice between moving to Norway or Kenya.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, between moving to UK and Norway. But because we haven't been to Norway for 10 years, we forgot the language. We were speaking 3 different languages, and we could speak a bit English, so we decided to move to UK.
Same as me, because I moved to Belgium, so they speak French, and I don't speak French now. What about you? Do Ethiopia? They speak what language do they speak? Ethiopia, yeah.
Ethiopian and Somali, but I spoke Somali only.
Oh yeah, sure. So how many language do you speak now?
4.
And can you please tell us?
I speak Somali, Dutch, English, and Vlaams as well.
That's great. What about you, Najma?
I speak English, Somali, and a bit Arabic.
And I speak English, Arabic, and a bit Swahili, and yeah, that's it. And English. How long did I say? Okay, English, Arabic. I don't speak French and a bit Swahili. Yeah.
So when did you all start to learn English then?
A
This
year
year.
ago.
Basically, when I went to Kenya, that's when I started speaking English because they speak Swahili. I had to, and they speak English as well, so I had to learn English so they can understand me, and that was basically 2 years ago.
I can relate to that as well because I've been to Kenya for 2 years. They speak Swahili and
Yeah.
English as well. I've only been in UK for 5 years. This is my 5th year.
Well, I moved UK last year. No, Kenya, 2018 was it? So I'm here. I'm just here for 1 year. I just did my GCSE. Yeah. And what about you, Hannah? How long have you been in UK?
I've been here for around 1.5 years, I think.
Yeah.
So what's your future goals and what are you doing at the moment to reach them?
At the moment, we're doing our A-levels. I'm doing biology, chemistry, and law, and I really want to study medicine when I go to university, so I hope I become a doctor in the future.
I can relate to that as well. I'm doing A-levels right now. I'm doing chemistry, biology, and maths. My future goals is to study medicine, go to university, and become a radiographer. To be specific.
It's all right.
To
It's all right.
specialize in a different,
Yeah.
a specific category. Is that a radiographer?
Radiography.
What about you, Mariam?
Well, I was doing biology, chemistry, and I was thinking to do medicine, but I'm not that good in science, so I've changed to psychology and sociology and law. So I have to think about it. I still have time to think about it.
What
So I'm not sure about it.
do you think your experiences of moving from your countries to the UK has influenced your decisions on what you want to become?
Yeah, sure. 100%.
Not really for me. Even in Holland, I still wanted to become a doctor.
I can relate to that as well. I mean, when I was living in Somalia for 4 years, I was always thinking about becoming a doctor as well, and studying medicine.
Okay, so what surprised you at the moment you entered England? So, like, for example, like when you entered the UK, what was the first thing that actually was like, oh, this is nice, or different from the countries that you've been in so far?
I think the biggest difference is that in Holland, we didn't have many mosques and many Muslims. So if we had to go to a mosque, we had to travel quite a bit.
Yeah,
But now I can just go to the corner of my house and you have a mosque right there.
Yeah, I can relate to this as well. What do you think, Ajwa?
Two things that one thing that surprised me was, how as Hannah said, the mosques here, like there's a lot of Muslims here,
Sure.
people that you can relate to, and also the schools. Like because I've been to Kenya for 2 years and 4 years in Somalia, like the schools are more strict, but coming here is like less stress, and you don't in Somalia, like a lot of people study medicine, and people see us studying medicine as like you being a smart person, and like you don't get to choose what your dreams are, or whatever you want to do, what job you want to do, or what university you want to go to, or what you want to study. But coming here, like you get to pick and choose what you want to be and what you want to do and what you want to become.
So, is there anything that you want to add that has probably influenced or changed the way you are because of the way you've come to the UK?
The one thing that the one thing that changed me the most is the struggles that came with the struggles that came with me coming to the UK, because I had to go through a lot, which led to me becoming a stronger person, a more independent person, and a person that can speak for themselves and don't have to depend on people.
What about you, Hannah?
I think the biggest thing that changed me through moving around is I learned more about myself.
Well, we had an amazing stories from both of you, Najma and Hannah, and I even add my story. And so we're going to end here since we don't have time, like the time is short. And yeah, thank you so much.